to settle out of the court, there is no cause for alarm. It is a very good development and a very good idea. But before now, somebody suggested it in person of Nyako Binta, you know, the former presiding judge, over his case, which he later lost confidence. So if finally now, that means Nigeria probably, one way or the other, have decided to agree for them to settle. But let me tell you, they are not settling regard Mazen Namdi Kanu dropping agitation. I want you to know this. There is nothing on earth. There is nothing on earth except death, because I am not God. And he can never die. He can never die. He must be alive to achieve it. He can never die except death. That is the only thing can make Mazen Namdi Kanu drop agitation. But even if he dies, his spirit will continue to fight for it. You understand? But I am not praying for him to die, and he will never die, and he can never die. He must be alive to lift the flag. Now, having said this, that means, you know, as at that time when Binta brought the idea, he said something. That's why in that angle, I'm not much, you know, say it's not possible because he have agreed. He said one statement. He said that he will comply. Let me use the statement he used. He said, go and check his court 24th of September 2024. Thereabout. He said he will accept the condition that Nigeria will bring to him if it's under probability. He said based on what they present to him, that is what will lead him to agree. And having said this statement, you know where he's pointing at. If it is settled out of court was based on the kidnapping, which was illegal and which was regarded to, you know, terrorism acts, then I can agree and accept. Or based on the vandalization of his house, of his home and family home, you know, on the money to pay. If in regard to that, it can be possible to settle out of court. But anything regard to dropping agitation is irreversible. Anything dropping agitation, dropping Biafran ideology, Biafran struggle, he rather remain there than to drop it. That's the last thing, because that will be his last breath. Yes, that will be his last breath. So Mazen Namdi Kanu can never trade with the Biafra. You cannot trade with him with the Biafra, but you can trade with him with every other thing. But when it comes to Biafra, it is a different topic.
But do you think that you want to make a public apology to Nigeria as regards him agitating for Biafra? Do you think you want to make a public apology?
How can he apologize? Did he offend anybody? He was fighting for his right. It is Nigeria that we apologize to Mazen Namdi Kanu and to the Igbos in diaspora. Yes, because we did not offend Nigeria, but Nigeria has offended us in many ways. So Kanu can never and will never apologize. He owe no man any apology. Remember what he said when Agabi and the rest, some governors, some senators, we are like in person of Abaribe, was like he traveled to Abuja to visit Mr. President. He told them and he warned everybody, please, and Ohaneze. He warned them, Ohaneze President Mbata. Remember, when Mbata became the president of Ohaneze, he warned them, don't go and beg for anybody. I owe no man apology. I am fighting, I am standing for my rights. And it is not a criminal thing. So why should he apologize, not to talk of coming to apologize publicly? Under what circumstance will that happen? It's not going to happen, and it can never happen because he offended nobody. So it is Nigeria as a nation, as a country, is owing the Igbos, is owing Mazen Namdi Kanu, is owing Sam Onekpan, is owing me, the Biafran evangelist, and is owing the entire Igbos an apology. And they must do that publicly. On CNN, they must do that. BBC, they must do that. Al Jazeera, they must do it. And they must do it on national television, NTA. Before,
but the federal government saying, even though they are to release him, that Namdi Kanu was guaranteed that he must not flee, must not run from Nigeria, and they will seize his passport.
No, they can't do that. They can't do that.
No, that's one of the
conditions.
conditions.
No. Mazik, that is why there are things Mazen Namdi Kanu can take. And there are things he can't take. You can't deny him of his free medication. And you cannot deny him of making choice of any country which he believes and he trusts to go, and take care of himself. After run, not be only run.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Baba
Abariba said,
did he commit any offense? He has freedom to move. If Sheikh Gumi have freedom, he himself have, if he go to have freedom to move, he have freedom to move. So there is nothing he cannot agree with their times. So regard to that, you cannot restrict him. He's irrestrictable. He's unstoppable. You never hear him unstoppable. Mazen Namdi Kanu is unstoppable. So you cannot, and he's unrestrictable. You cannot restrict him and you cannot stop him.
Okay, but they say that my retreat is what retreat is him using social media activities and public statement, just like he was, creating, talking about Biafra and Biafra.
Let me tell you, they cannot stop Mazen Namdi Kanu talking about Biafra. If you mention Mazen Namdi Kanu, you mention Biafra. If you mention Biafra, you're mentioning Mazen Namdi Kanu. There are two in one. So you cannot separate them. So if it comes out, Biafra has come.
And that is that they say he should drop his 50 billion naira suit against the government as
why should he drop it?
Violating his human rights.
Yes, now why should he drop it? On what condition? Nigeria should see this country called Nigeria is a country that, in fact, I don't know the way they think. I don't know the way they reason. I don't know the way they see things. You are looking at Mazen Namdi Kanu. As ordinary person, you can just like every other Igbo people that you people have been copying and killing and silencing and doing as you like. This one don't hook them for truth. They don't become sore throat in Nigeria. You understand? Mazen Namdi Kanu have become sore throat in Nigeria. You understand? So they have 50 billion they must pay. Nigeria get money now. How much did they contribute and give IBB? Despite all the atrocities that IBB, Ibrahim Babangida committed in this country. You understand? At the end of the day, do you know how much they contribute? They contributed over 20-something billion when it was during his book launching. So if they can contribute that, where did they get the money? And how did they make the money? So if they can contribute that to give him, so they should equally contribute to Mazen Namdi Kanu money. Do you know how much Nigeria is making in a day from the crude oil? Do you know how much they make in a day? But by you and I don't.
Can I will see the suffer like?
Yes, now. Why? How much do you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu buy that private jet? Almost 160 billion. Beside the parking space, beside maintenance, beside.
Is the president now? Will he pay for that? Is the president of Nigeria?
Papa, he pay. Have you forgotten there was a time they seized Nigerian airplane? China seized. Even France. This one I will not forget so easily. They seized the one Amosu, former Ogun State governor. They seized one from.
Okay. Finally, if Nnamdi Kanu, we know that one of the things that Nnamdi Kanu is asking of the government is what is for them to give the Southeast seaports, give them good railway, and another thing is at least most importantly giving them good infrastructure. Do you think that the government want to adapt? Because 2017 when he was arrested, this was what he told them, but they never did it. So what's your take?
My brother, as it is, that was initially. Say when you want to marry a woman or you see a woman where you like, you toast am. The girl come dey do shakara. You get how you go do shakara reach, you sef go dey peace or you go cut her, you go about. Even when she come back, you go try and say you no dey interested again as a man. So as it is now, we are no longer interested. Mazen Namdi Kanu is no longer interested in all those Nigerian things. We are not interested in having our own thing and handling our own thing by our own self. And that's just it. So all those things, we don't need it from Nigeria. We need Biafra so that we know how to develop our country. You can see when you talk of development, you are mentioning Biafrans, you are mentioning Easterners, you are mentioning Igbos to be precise. Take a look at Ogba, take a look at the Lagos State. The happening things and development, the enjoyment, the 75% of economic growth in Lagos State is coming from the Easterners. So what are you telling me?
See where no rainy way. See, all those things must be done. If all those things is done, we know that now we are one Nigeria. Because all those things are not in place. How did you call us one Nigeria? See, the suffering is getting out of hand. So,
But one of them was that the Enugu airport should be upgraded. You know, they should give them seaports. There should be a railway, and at the same time, improve the general infrastructure in the southeast. But the government didn't do this. But what's your take as them, you know, allegedly agreeing to settle out of court?
see, God bless. When you say settle out of court between the federal government and Namdi Kanu, because Namdi Kanu, his only standing is that his people must be free. His people must have that freedom. That is the articulation of People's Republic of Biafra. You understand? So when you say, if you say you want to bargain with him, that bargain, he have some agenda that he gives the federal government to. If they can do it, see, there will be a peaceful atmosphere for both of them to live. One is upgrading of the Enugu International Airport. You see, you can't just be in Nigeria. You are in Nigeria. You have Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Hausa have the international airport. They go flow. Not majority of Hausa that come to Murtala Mohammed to go outside the country. See, okay, what about Yoruba? They have their airport. What about the Igbos? How long? How long will it be for how many hours down here? You bring something from outside country. You have not your container will not have to land in Lagos State before you now transport it from here to east. Don't you see the suffering is getting out of hand? The transportation, everything is now high. You flow from your. What about the rainy way? See, let us be frank with ourselves. All those things they just package it along themselves because they know that if all those things supposed to be done, there will be freedom for all of us. There will be free environment for us to live. But now you now subside that we in the southeast must be punished on what? No international airport, no seaway, no railway. See, all those things must be done. If all those things is done, we know that now we are one Nigeria. Because if all those things are not in place, how did you call us one Nigeria? See, the suffering is getting out of hand. So we must have that equality as equal right of justice as we are, the three of us, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Because now you're not taking the reality out of them. How will they survive? How can you survive? It's not possible. You not run down to Lagos State before you take flight to the international, to another country, which is outside country, and we will say we have airports. The only airport just within Nigeria, domestically, what are internationally? So what's the reason with that side? See, let us be realistic and do the needful. The needful will make Nigeria a peaceful environment. But what we are seeing, they are not assured. It's like they have skeleton under their copper, which they are afraid of. Let there be international seaport. That one is number one because Igbo are the highest. They are the economy of Nigeria. Everything that is coming to this country now, 95% now they import and come. So why would they bring it here and there before now another transport to go back to their place? It's impossible. It's not a welcome development. See, let us be frank with ourselves. The federal government should say, okay, now, young man, let us settle out of court. With all those agenda must be maintained and must be signed and must see the outcome of it. Then we will say, okay, now we are one. But now, what we are seeing now, we are not one. We are not one, and it's realistic. We are not one. When you don't have international airport, you don't have seaport, you don't have railway, what is make you a nation as a one? We are not one. Only Fulani, only Yoruba, they enjoy everything. They enjoy everything. But we that the struggle, we the backyard of our house, and they oil everything they come outside. But they use it. They use it to intimidate us. They use it to furnish their own environment. They use it to eat everything. They swallow everything. Why not let everything share equally? That's why we are fighting. That's why we know the country say we must go. These people must not be in this type of bondage forevermore. You understand? If there's a bargain outside the court, let it be necessary that everybody will benefit, and that one will be welcome development. But I can't. What I'm saying, can they do it? How long? How many years ago? Can they do it? If they can do it, it's a possibility. But in their whole side of it, I don't believe. I don't believe it because they are paid. Because they're supposed to drill that Calabar River. See, it's wider than this Lagos State now. But they just abandon it for their own selfish interest. It's dirty out of hand. It's wickedness. Let them do the needful, and everybody will be okay. But now, the needful is not there.
Okay, but Olua, they said before this settlement out of court can take place, that Namdi Kanu must drop agitation? Do you think that Namdi Kanu want to drop agitation?
That dictation is not easy to do because Nigeria government is a long time they are opponents the Southeast people. See that the dictation did not start from Kanu. It start from Ojukwu. After Ojukwu, Rap Uwazubrike. After Rap Uwazubrike, now Kanu. See how will you say he should drop it? Before he should drop it, there must be necessary arrangement that the people, not only him, will not to dialogue with the people at home. Okay, if what we are saying, what we want us to do, if it's really good for all of us generality, there will be acceptance there. But now, it's not relevant to drop that agitation because many have gone for it. Many have sacrificed their life for it. So I don't see any light in that dropping that agitation, except they really came to their knee and apologize. Because it's to the Biafra Republic.
But for Namdi Kanu to gain his freedom, and if the government really give him this, if government give him this opportunity, no, I'm not sure, I'm not called opportunity. If government, ask him among one of the, things among one of the things that he needs to do for him to get his freedom, and they ask him to drop attention. Do you not think it will? Because they're saying the government will beg him.
You see, the government is in the position of letting him go and apologizing for him because you see, the right thing. The government know they do illegality for kidnapping is somebody, a human being, fighting for the freedom of his people. Right from Kenya, all the way from Kenya, bringing him down here, putting him in DSS custody for how long? Almost how many years ago?
Yeah, because what I'm saying
now,
is
now,
yes.
so it's an injustice to the part of the government. It's an injustice, and the international community know that it's against the rules and the fundamental human right of any citizen. Anywhere you are, it's illegal. So they have to tender apologies.
Because the John is saying, they said Namdi Kanu should be the one to apologize. Not
how will he apologize when they do the wrong thing to him? If they are the one to apologize to him, and it's not possible because you offend me, you say I should tell you sorry. They want to tell me sorry. When you are expecting me to tell you sorry, now you have some things inside your hiding agenda that you are afraid of. Say sorry, make things possible. But when you say you don't want sorry, then there will be violence. That's why we are still experiencing violence. Because they are afraid you wrong, you say you don't want person you wrong to say apologize, you want person to stay apologize to you. It's not a language that a kid will understand, but it's the federal government, they are wrong, totally wrong. Right from Ojukwu time to today, it's getting out of hand. They have to let the truth be done and do the reality. Because one day, I keep on telling you, one day, I don't think all those stories we are saying outside the court, everywhere will burst. And everybody will go. And everybody must go.
okay, but they say she drop his 50 billion, suits that he fight against the federal government for kidnapping him from Kenya. We've seen the Supreme Court, ask Nigeria to pay him 50 billion for, kidnapping him from Kenya. But do you think that the Nigerian government want to do this? And at the same time, okay,
they can see when the court, what is the meaning of court? The court on the land is the last voice of the masses, the last voice of the common man, the last voice for everybody. Will everybody obey the law? When you don't obey the justice of the land, that means it's a dictatorship rolling us. You understand? Okay, 50 billion compensation. You do it, we can't do it, okay. I will pay half of it, but let me say, I will, okay, all those your agenda is okay, you need this, you need it, you need it. We will look into it and we will do it. And your people will be okay, everybody will be okay. You see, we will stop the agitation or whatsoever. Because we are not part of it. That's why we are saying we must go. There is a situation whereby everything will not be equal right. We will not see that things have changed. There's a room of dropping it. But now I don't believe. I don't believe because the federal government is not truthful enough of what is really happening. Because they know the truth and they don't want to do it. Can you imagine? They don't want to do it because they are afraid. I don't know what they are afraid of. Why don't they give us to see port, give us railway, and give us international airport, and let us, what we are bringing in here, let us go direct to our home, direct to that place, and there will be shortage of expensive. It's that you have on hand. Do you know what much they play one container now? About 20-something million. Okay, how much you will see? At the end of the day, who will suffer it? You see, let us be frank with ourselves. Igbo must be respected in this country. They sacrifice enough more than any region. And they make things that Nigeria is enduring is from their house, is from their backyard. Why are they giving us so much problem? We are tired of this situation.
Okay, and the last two what was and that they said what Namdi Kanu must guarantee not running away from Nigeria. You know, his house was invaded in 2017 when the army came to his house and killed about 28 people. You know, thereby causing his parents to die. At the same time, they said he must not run, but Namdi Kanu said he didn't run, he didn't jump bail. That was when the army came to kill him. That was when he escaped.
Yeah.
Do you think that if they release him now? Do you think he want to run? And they said they might seize his passport.
See, when you release him now, it's a different category with that time and now. That time, you can't say you invaded somebody's house. No human being on earth will wait for assassinating of him and his family, and he will be wait. You have to find one way or the other to go. You say he who run away must surely fight another day. You understand? So that is an adjective. See, now I don't believe there is a situation whereby running will involve in this stuff. Is what we are discovering now. Running can never come because there is time for everything. It has too far for running. That one don't pass.